So our project is essentially a digital badging platform that we have implemented in one of the core classes for the EDLD first years. In addition to sort of changing the fundamental construct of a class, we made it more competency based. And then to support that, we built this badging platform that was half a learning management system that we bought, as well as half of a badging platform that we had some developers build, and we cobbled those together, and that was the virtual interface for how we organized the badges that represented proficiency in these competencies.
Our program, there are 25 of us. We have all different backgrounds. There are people from the nonprofit world, people who've spent their lives as educators, people who have come from the private sector and have very limited experience with schooling. And so when we take a class like Leaders of Learning, where you're supposed to be learning everything from content and pedagogy to strategies of school systems, people are entering at very different places, and it's very challenging to differentiate in a higher education setting.
Competency-based education aims to move away from a model that's really based on seat time or sort of discrete units and knowledge areas, and move towards a model of education that's more based on sort of combinations of content areas, knowledge, and skill, and where students have more authority and more autonomy, I suppose, to decide what it is they really want to learn, and to construct projects and learning experiences around those competency areas.
We wanted to experiment with ways of creating a more individually driven, learner-driven, and differentiated learning environment. And we thought, since this is adult learners and doctoral students, the best way to do that would be to hand over the learning to the learners, to say, okay, we're going to give you a map of the things that you need to understand, but we're also going to let you chart your own trajectory within that map, because you know best what you already have experience with and what you need to build your skills in.
What we aimed to do was give students both the sort of room and the freedom in the classroom, but also the technology to come up with those competencies, to piece them together by bundling different badges, and then to use multiple media to demonstrate that learning in an applied manner, either individually or with a peer.
So I would probably say that this is actually a really great way, very interesting way of leveraging different disciplines, only because badging really, in all sakes and purposes, is the visual representation of proficiency of something. And just the innovative ways you can bundle badges, the way it facilitates pulling sort of knowledge and expertise from all different areas as well as different people, sort of allowing it to be quite so open, flexible groupings. I think as long as you have a clear idea of what proficiency looks like, I think you could use badging lots of different ways. We are experiencing something really wonderful, which is the students working with each other and creating the sessions that the rest of the students enjoy in class. So it's very much a co-created, co-constructed format of learning where the students are taking ownership over delivering the information.
I think we'd all like to see whether the technology of badging or just the spirit of badging spread to other places in the university. I think this idea of a learner-driven, collaborative, competency-based, cross-disciplinary approach to learning is really quite powerful.